So yeah, this is a return to the meta episode.
Yeah,
The show within the show that we did back whenever we first began the podcast. We do a weekly episode, and then every now and then something would pop up that wasn't a full official show, maybe just a little pop in and say hello sort of thing, and we called them the metas, and we're back to it, I guess.
Yeah.
So to start, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Everybody, like, I can't stand black eyed peas, so I won't. But then we're like, okay, well, we need cabbage, so let's order some egg rolls.
At least get that part in, huh?
Yeah, we're very untraditional in those little ceremony parts in the years. You know, we just pick it as it comes every year, something new.
Yep.
My kids were asking me 2 days ago when the food was going to be ready, so I had to get started early this morning cooking and everything. But we've already partaken. I didn't want to take any chances, so I had plenty of black eyed peas and everything else.
So we are joined today by Christine Nix from Sci-Fi Cowgirl, who now has a brick and mortar. That before you just did conventions and and little local shows and stuff, but now you've actually got a shop. So 2020's crushing of the convention industry actually took you guys out of the circuit and inside of doors, I guess. So how's that been?
It's been really good. We never did go fully online. We still don't have our website up for purchasing. You know, it's there, but there's no gallery or anything. We're still kind of old school. We're using our social media to promote, to get people into the mall. This mall is in the Memorial area. It's on the feeder between Beltway 8 and Dairy Ashford, I believe. Super close.
It's between Beltway 8 and Willcrest, actually.
Willcrest. Okay. Yeah, right there by the gun range.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we have several friends in the building already. It's kind of like a refugee camp for con vendors. So they encourage us to sign up and try it out because, you know, the money wise, it breaks out about even, you know, if you're doing a lot of shows and traveling and hotels and all that. So we're here. We have a home base. We're trying to get the word out that it is a fandom mall, that you can find those things for your collection.
It is really cool. That antique mall, like when I was a kid, because I grew up just right across the freeway. So if you go outside the mall and you look to your right, you'll see an overpass, and on the other side of the overpass is the neighborhood I grew up in.
Okay.
And now I live in the neighborhood behind y'all. So I mean, I've been in like right there, but that mall, like that antique mall, my grandparents and my parents used to go shop in that antique mall whenever we'd come to town to visit my grandmother and stuff. So it's been there forever. Mm-hmm. And over the years, you know, obviously little shops and things change, but it's really like in the last like 3 or 4 months, I guess, it's gone from kind of failing. It was dying, and a lot of the stores are empty. There's a lot of old timers that were still hanging on.
Yeah.
But then you guys, you know, you and some of the other con vendors found it and have just flipped it around. And now it's like, it's really cool to go over there and just wander around and see the shops and, you know, see the friends, but see the shops and all the new stuff that's coming through. So it's really pretty neat. And then, you know, hopefully it'll turn into just like a neat little nerd mall that we can all go and have fun. And
in a vendor room, every weekend, where you can find that comic book or that action figure, you know, that's something special missing from your collection.
And you guys kind of specialize in something special, because y'all don't just y'all do sell collectibles, like pulse, you know, resell type stuff, but you guys actually make most of the stuff that you sell, right? So you're more you're quite a bit more crafty than the average shop in the mall. So tell us about that. How did you get started with it? Kind of where was it born, and then kind of where it's going, and kind of how that journey's been, because that's pretty neat.
Okay. Yeah, about 5-6 years ago, I've kind of lost track, honestly, but I went to a Northwest Toy Show, actually Houston Collector Show with James back in the day. And I met a girl there who was doing decoupage and selling her products, and it was so inspirational because I'm like, that's stuff I'm doing, I'm making things, I'm making collages. I can actually sell it and use that money to make more art. What? So that next day I went out, I got a business license, I got a tax ID, and I started signing up for shows. And that month I had 3 shows booked. Some were local, and craft fairs and stuff. I didn't know what I was getting into. I just wanted to do it. And we had such a great turnout at our first show. I made pendants and some upcycled art, and it was so popular with all the ages. So it's very encouraging. And then we just started meeting more people in the circuit to get out to do other shows, bigger shows, meet a lot more artists. The talent that's in Houston, local, is so undertoned. We got some big names here that are published comic book artists, and we just like, oh, hey, that's Ted, it's like, oh, no, Ted.
Yeah, Houston does definitely have a problem with kind of promotion, I guess is the best word. It's like there is a lot of talent, and there's a lot of people out there doing awesome work, but they're doing it kind of in a silo by themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
They kind of have their own little group that they hang out with, or what, and that's fine. But whenever it comes to like cross promotional stuff and synergies and building up stuff, so which kind of brings me to your next subject, is what you're doing at Trading Post, which is you guys have kind of a consignment sort of shop within a shop sort of thing going on. So explain that, because that is really cool.
Well, it's more like a membership. We wanted to have somewhere for these artists to land, until we get the foot traffic up where we're getting 20 plus customers a day, we're going to need a little help. And we want to give exposure to all the other talent around us. So these people have a membership that they pay month to month to have their stuff here to sell. This is part of their store now. So if they want to come set up and have an event or a book signing or any special event, this is where you come, to see this artist. We have a person that does leather work, if you can see up here behind me. We have Terry Wise with Sculpted Skins. And we don't take any of the money. 100% of the sales go to the artists, because they are just paying one flat fee to be here. And then anything they make goes straight to them. And here we have, if you can see it, this is Perry. He wrote and illustrated his own manga. He's from the Odessa area. So we brought him in here. We met him at another toy show. Let's see who else we have. We have Needful Toys. A little more boutique style Transformers, Ninja Turtle. We also have a husband and wife team that do all kinds of stuff here.
Wow.
And another great horror writer we have is Miss Veronica Smith. Whoa. She is amazing. Her work is amazing. And then we have our art kind of just sprinkled
scattered about.
Yeah, and we do a lot of upcycling. We try not to use any printers, and we hand cut out a lot of images. And we'll collaborate with other artists to put their art on our work as well. So.
Wow.
Well, one thing
so
I've
cool,
always
man.
loved about your setup, Christine, and everybody, when you make it to the pop-up market, make sure you visit Sci-Fi Cowgirl, is you have such a wide variety of items that they reach every single price point you can imagine. You know, you're not there with just one particular item at, you know, so much money. You have pretty much whatever somebody might want to get. I've always enjoyed that about
Yeah.
it.
And we also have a lot more projects at home that haven't made it up here.
Mhm.
So we're able to customize those for people as they come in, they talk to us, tell us what they like, what characters they're interested in, and we'll make something special just for them with what we have at home already. You know, these little inspirational pieces. So everything's customized when we can, but that's what makes it fun because we love to make stuff for people, you know.
That's
So
awesome.
to see
That's
that,
so cool.
But yeah, I'm very excited about the horror show. The last one we had was incredible. The turnout, the staff, the talent, as far as the celebrities, they were all so warm and welcoming. Everyone interacted really well with each other. I think it was nice to see warm bodies again, you know.
Yeah.
Not just
Totally. And, you know, that's one of those things that we, you know, we were extremely happy to be a part of it and to see the people who came. Everybody was very respectful. You know, if you had anybody that's like maybe on the fence about whether or not you should wear a mask, they were like, everybody was cool about it. Nobody said anything. Everybody was just happy. Like you said, they were just happy to see warm bodies. And
Yeah.
the enthusiasm from both the vendors, the celebrities, and the patrons was just awesome. You know, it's so great. You know, so I always find it funny. Scott and I have mentioned it several times. Whenever you have a horror show, and you have all of this like violent imagery
Yeah.
around, but then you have all these people walking around with little heart bubbles over their heads because it's just like the horror fandom is just so cool. You know, everybody's so friendly and just loves it. You know, so.
Oh, we are deep creatures. So many, you know, like Shrek and the Onion, you know. That's if you can handle horror, you can handle anything. That's
it.
the best way to look at it. But yeah, as far as we are trying to represent a little more horror in town because there's not a lot of shops where you could go and be like just a shelf full of horror toys, you know, besides your commercial stores, of course. But to find those old little pieces that you don't see anymore, or that odd collection that one person had and finally let that piece go, we try to find stuff like that, the little gems, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, my buddy Terrence was telling me last night. He's like, man, I got this creature from the Black Lagoon little figure, like the size of a G.I. Joe figure. He's like, I gave it to my kids to play with, and then later I saw it was like somebody was selling it for like $60. He's like, so I went ahead and took it back. Yeah.
Now let's buy 4 more toys, you know.
Exactly.
It's like currency. Monster toys are currency in our world.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm surrounded by them. So.
So, we were also thinking about, you know, after Christmas doing kind of like a Christmas take back program, almost like a store credit. Bring in a toy you think we might be interested in or a figure. We may end up giving you store credit for it. And that way we can send it to another home to someone who doesn't have that figure yet.
Right.
Nice.
But yeah, we're just thinking on that, see how it works.
Well, awesome. Well, thanks for coming out. Well, I mean, you're in your shop. You know, I'm in my room. I finally had it. Like I said at the beginning, I've got a really bad hangover. I drank way too much champagne last night. So I've been sitting on the couch. My wife's like, "Didn't you have a podcast?" I was like, "Yeah, it's later today." She's like, "Already almost 2." I'm like, "Oh, get up and move."
I was like, I think you call. Did you see our post from last night?
Yes.
Yeah, that looked like a really fun event. That looked like a really good event.
Those are the people we want in our shop. You know, they're so
Yeah.
creative, they're so open-minded, and we have something for everybody. I guarantee it.
Awesome.
And our prices are good, you guys. You're not gonna
They are.
We know that.
products. We're not. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all giving us a shout out, and you know, we're trying to promote others as well, because that's how we're gonna grow.
Absolutely.
By
And
linking this community tightly.
And that's what we're doing, is trying to push and promote and grow the community, because as you know, you can say it 100 times, but a high tide raises all ships.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as long as we pull together, then we can make it work. We can maybe rival Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, y'all need to come out to the antique mall. We're at the Marketplace Antiques in the Memorial area. Liar. But yeah, I mean, we are trying to let everyone know it's a fandom mall now. There's toy stores in here. There's an arcade. There's a bakery. There's a podcast studio, a photography studio, and a record shop, and a DVD store. So
Nice.
there's a lot going on. This is just the beginning.
And my wife's like, you can't go over there today, because I'm over there all the time. So
I'm gonna go work at the shop.
I need to set up my own so I can make some money.
You gotta get your book in here pretty soon.
Yeah, I'll swing by tomorrow. Actually, we'll talk about it.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I need to get going because I need to go get food for my family. They've been waiting for me. But you guys have a great evening, and we will happy New Year, and we will we'll be in touch very, very soon, and we'll see you at the horror market.
Yes, I can't wait. Like our page on Instagram, Sci-Fi Cowgirl Designs, and we're going to be posting up local toy shows, conventions, whatever we can to get cool stuff in your room, guys.
Awesome.
Good deal.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.